pounds. And you know, at this time of year, we do start seeing nuts in a lot of places.
Yes.
But they're always so expensive. We were talking about that earlier. I was talking about how you can get by the cash register and you'll see cashews just like in a little tiny bag.
Right.
And they'll be like $8, like just for that little thing. So here we're giving you a full pound of cashews. We're giving you a full pound of cherry berry, which you've come to know and love over the last 5 years. And we're giving you a pound of our mixed nuts, which is gonna be some of our fancy nuts. So we're actually adding in the nuts that you love from cherry berry, but we're also giving you what they call filberts or hazelnuts. And we're also giving you our Brazil nuts, which are so massive. So we're gonna talk about those. But you're getting 3 pounds. So they're all separated and they're all sealed. So, and it's all gonna be made upon your order. So everything's super duper fresh. You'll use them as you want. You can make 3 separate gifts out of them if you choose. But here's what makes Ferris so well loved and so well known. It starts with the ingredients of what we use. And we start off, look, I'm gonna do cherry berry first. Okay. And cherry berry, it's gonna come roasted, salted with these cashews from India and Brazil. I always like to start off first by just kind of showing, these are the cashews in the store-bought varieties that we're kind of used to. Look at the difference. So when you go to the top places to source nuts from, you are going to see this difference. And so that's the first ingredient. Then we have our almonds from California. So these are the top place to get almonds is California. We're gonna give you the pecan halves, which are from Texas, not crumbled up in pieces. These are gonna come to you nice and whole like this. Then we're going to give you the Michigan cherries. This is where it gets really yummy. And I can always go right for the cherries and just rip right into them because they are juicy. That's a dried fruit that is unlike, you can see the juice all over my fingers. That's a dried fruit that you wanna have, you know, an experience with, as opposed to a lot of dried fruits are so dry that they're hard as rock. And to finish off cherry berry, we're then gonna go ahead and put on our USA cranberries. Okay. So that's gonna give you your cherry berry mix. That's one of what you're getting. Then of course, like I said, you're gonna get the one that's the full container of our jumbo cashews, again from India and Brazil. And then the mixed nuts are simply gonna go ahead and put back in the nuts that we had from cherry berry. So we got, again, those pecans, those almonds, those cashews. And then here's the deal. Hazelnuts or filberts. There was a drought. They're from Southern Europe and Turkey. And there was a drought in 2014 that actually made these almost impossible to get right now. Really? And the only place to get a hazelnut right now is Oregon. And that's where we went. We found them. We got them. We have them in this mix. So you'll come to find, if you try to go out in the stores right now and you try to buy hazelnuts, they're not very easy to find because of that drought that actually ruined the entire harvest. And here, we're gonna finish it off. I love these. They're so big. The Brazil nuts. Now, these are from Bolivia because they grow in the rainforest, and they're so large. They really kind of go up, you know, with that cashew to give you that nice kind of almost meaty flavor. What I love about our nuts is that they are completely flavorful. You will taste the distinct difference of each different nut, and because we roast and salt them perfectly, like with a light dusting of salt, it's actually gonna bring out the flavor as opposed to masking it, because I think that's what happens so often. People use too much salt. And
I think we've all experienced that, you know, because this is done to perfection. You can see by what Kerry just said, every single ingredient in each of these jars is the best of, from the most preeminent location that exists in the world. We're getting all the quality ingredients. Now, the real issue here is, and this is why Ferris is not necessarily on HSN as much as we would love, we will only do Ferris if we can do a phenomenal price. I mean, that's the reality. We're spoiled in a good way because, you know, we have great values on this channel. Tonight, folks, we're doing 3 pounds. 3 pounds of the jumbo cashews. 3 pounds, which include the jumbo cashews, include the mixed nuts, the premium mixed nuts, and the cherry berry, all together for $39.95 with the free shipping and handling, and with the 3 flex pay. With everyone on the phone, I have about 1,100 before it's gone. I want you to think about the million ideas. And Kerry, you and I have been through this so many times. I have friends that will call me and say, I take my Ferris and I put it over a salad. Oh, yeah. I take my Ferris and I put it over my steel-cut oatmeal to give it an extra jazziness. Just a little crunch. Or to give it a little pep. I mean, here's something that we always have ideas that we have on the table for you. I love using it in a stuffing this time of year. So if you can just pop a little handful in. But here we've actually done like a chocolate bark. Okay, so you can actually just take the Ferris, lay it out upon a melted chocolate and let it dry up. It's awesome. And then you could do parfaits. Now we always make our parfaits look pretty. I'm gonna tell you, I do parfaits all the time. Mine do not look this pretty, but they're delicious. So what I do is I take a nice Greek yogurt and I just place some Ferris right on top in the morning. That is my morning ritual for the most part. Oh my gosh. Here we did like a pilaf and we actually put some of
of the cashews, and you could just do a straight cashew in the peel off. Here we also just added some pecans, so you could just pick them out and put them in if you'd like to. When you do like, here's a great one. Here's a great one this time of year.
Go on.
Get a goat cheese log. Okay, so you know when they come like the goat cheese is in a roll. If you ever had where it actually has the nuts around it, they charge you like an arm and a leg for that. Literally just take a handful of your Ferris, crunch it up, put it in a sealable bag, crunch it up, and roll the goat cheese in it. It's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
It's absolutely awesome.
So many ideas.
So many. But look, it comes down to this. So in my hand, let's do it this way. In my hand was our Ferris versus the store-bought. And again, let's go back to that cashew. I want you to see the difference. If you say, Carrie, why should I try this? Why, what's the difference? It's a nut mix. We've been in business since 1924.
One of the most respected names.
Out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, this is a USA-based company. We're not going to give you these cashews. We're going to give you these cashews. Yes. When it comes down to our fruits, I want to talk about that. In a store-bought variety, when you're getting cranberries, look what happens so often. The cranberries end up in little tiny pieces like this. These are raisins that are like so shrivelly. Here's what happens when you go with Ferris. Look at the difference. You're getting
this is embarrassing.
Look at the, this is what I pulled right out of a store-bought variety. So here we actually can tell that this is a cranberry. It looks like it's been freshly sliced right off the bog. Here we've got, again, that Michigan cherry that is so plump, I can press it, as opposed to, guess what else is in those store-bought ones? We got little bananas. Yeah. Pineapples. Yeah. And I always like to I'll like sometimes make a mess, but if I can hit it on the table, I'm actually doing this and I'm hitting it, it's not breaking, okay? I can do that with the pineapple. I don't want that. I want to bite into a cherry that is so absolutely delicious from one of the peak places in the entire US to get a cherry from, that I can, again, rub it on my fingers and I have juice. And I'm making a mess, but I'm doing this to show you. Isn't that the type of experience that you want to have? You bite in, you taste the cashew, then that juiciness of the cherry just melts right over it. That is the experience. And at this time of year, we have so many buffets and parties. If we can kind of put this into our regimen a little bit, an ounce of nuts can help make you feel full because they have fiber and they have antioxidants in the fruits, and fiber makes you feel full. So what you're actually doing is you're kind of getting yourself to believe, just by having a little bit of nuts before you go to like a buffet, you're gonna help fill yourself up a little bit.
Let me tell you, and let's face it, you can't open any magazine or in so many diets that are out there will say, because of the protein, because of how it does make you feel full, it's something great to have. This time of year, I think back to, being home in England and Christmas time and the holidays, and my mum would always have out several bowls of mixed nuts. She'd always have it out. It'd be something we'd always eat. So it became tradition. Maybe that's you. Maybe you do the same. If you've never tried Ferris before, I'd be really honored if you try it, because I think once you try Ferris, you'll never go to any other brand. That's why we selected them for HSN, because we taste tested them all. I mean, seriously. And Ferris, we found, from the integrity of the company, the family tradition, to the quality and, the origin of every single individual unique ingredient is mind-blowing. Please, listen, to even say that there is a comparison to the ones that you can buy in the store that sit on the shelf for months and months and months, that are too salty, that don't taste good, that leave an aftertaste. Here's the, right here, you're seeing it being done.
So this is Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the Ferris factory. So you're seeing the nuts as they're going through the roasting process. Everything's being done, you see, by here by hand. I love this. I always want to jump in this bin because it's so absolutely delicious looking. But yes, again, since 1924, and here at HSN since 2010. And so, you keep coming back and telling us your stories, how you have to hide a container because everyone's trying to eat them too fast. Or, I've seen spouses hiding them from each other. Or, again, how you appreciate so much that they are whole and that the taste is so good. And that's really what it's all about. So this is a way to put something in your path. Before we know it, it's going to be the new year. Before we know it, it's going to be time to start changing our ways. We're all snacking, we're enjoying it, but this is a way to start putting that in your path now, so you can kind of maybe start pulling back a little bit from some of those buffets and those parties, and you've partied, and now it's time to kind of like start thinking for the future. But also, there's 3 of these. Think again, if there's someone that that is more maybe of a healthy person, they're the person who doesn't really eat cookies, they don't really do cakes and things like that. They're the person that always is at the gym, or they're always like, this is the perfect gift to give somebody like that, because this is something they can use to snack on. I always have nuts with me. I always have a little bag, no matter where I end up, if I'm in traffic.
Right.
If I end up, at the doctor's office too long waiting, if I end up, we always end up on lines or something somewhere, that's when we go to the vending machine. That's when we go and make a mistake. And that's when we go, I'll stop at the gas station and I'll grab something. But if you have this with you, you can put this in your desk, you could put this in your car, you can put this in all various places because you have a couple different containers. So whether you're using it or you're getting it as a gift, there's lots of ideas here. And I think the biggest thing is, again, you're getting a full pound of cashews.
Oh, everybody's favorite. It's everybody's favorite, the cashews.
A full pound of the cherry berry, which is for 5 years everyone has been in love with.
The legend.
And you're getting a full pound of those mixed nuts, which is going to give you all the nuts you get in cherry berry, but it's also going to give you those hazelnuts that you can't find anywhere else. And it's going to give you those Brazil nuts, which are just absolutely from Bolivia, from the rainforest, which are just so delicious.
It's such a compelling story. It's such a powerful product. We love the taste and the flavor, most important. I don't know about you, but Kerry, you and I were discussing this before, but it is kind of shocking that we do have the free shipping tonight, because for anybody that's just tuning in, this is the cutoff. Today is the cutoff. After today, we have to charge an additional, I wish we didn't, but we do. We have to charge an additional amount to guarantee Christmas delivery. If you order this right now and be one of the final 400 or 500 customers to get it, we'll send it to you not only with no additional charge, but we'll send it to you with free shipping and handling. And the same goes with regards our return policy. If you try this and you don't think it's the best you've ever sampled, for heaven's sake, return it for a full refund. I know that that's not going to happen, and I know that Kerry will back me up on this one thing.
Yeah.
Ferris, we have some great brands. David's Cookies, for example, obviously one of our #1 big all-time brands. Ferris continues to be one of our not only most well-received, most well-reviewed, most successful food or sweet, not sweet treats, but you know what I mean?
Savory,
items that we've ever done.
Absolutely. Well, and again, it's because, look, we have different seasons and different times in our lives. We have the times that we want to do the chocolate and the sweets and all those things. And then there's the times that we know, as we need to get through the day, we need to make sure we have something that's going to sustain us and it's going to satiate us. And that's what Ferris is able to do, because nuts, again, with the fiber, they are giving you protein. They are making you feel satiated. It's not like those snacks where you don't, oh, he came right around the corner. Look at that.
See that reaction? I love that. I love that. This is for you.
Yay!
Number two.
Number two. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my darling.
I know, I was joking with him. I'm like, I don't know, Adam. Will I ever have this again?
You said that about the first one. Now we're stood here.